Anybody got a spiritual experience they'd like to share with the rest of us? That would be one right there. Tell that, Jared.
Yeah, I had some things going on. A week or so ago, I was transitioning from Chicago to Houston, and I had some family issues and some problems that were going on, and I reached out to the Messiah, and he told me some things that got me back in my right state of mind, and he told me he was going to send me some energy that night, and I actually did feel that energy that he sent to me, that he brought to me.
That's
I felt that green, pure essence, and he changed my way of thinking, and I got on the plane the next day. I felt absolutely good. Like, I was able to see what the Creator had created, like going on the plane, because I hadn't been on a plane in so long, since I was like maybe a little boy. I'm 44 years old now. So when I had that experience on the plane getting here to Houston, I felt the energy from the Most High, seeing the creation that he created from the plane, looking down on it. So that energy really helped me that he sent to me. It put me back in the right state of mind. Right.
I love you. So, go ahead. It's a lot warmer down there, right?
That was yeah, well, it's a lot warmer. It's getting cooler now. But I feel it's a lot of difference from Chicago and here, though. The atmosphere and everything is different. So
yeah,
I haven't really got in the city that much yet, but you know, I'm still fresh and new down here. So
yeah,
but I feel the difference being come from Chicago.
How the family doing? Your mother? How's everybody doing down there?
They doing pretty good. I went to California for the holiday, so I was here by myself, you know. So I just, stayed in the house and celebrated how I was supposed to.
Yes, right. Just adjusting and winding down.
To the Most High.
That's right, man. That's what time
Staying
it is.
high vibe. Yep, high energy.
Yeah. I love you, man. Just stay close. All right, who else has a spiritual experience they'd like to share with the rest of us? Okay. All right, family, who's got that first question?
Oh, well, I had a spiritual experience.
Very good.
Well, the other night I had dozed off to sleep and had been using some of the methods you told us. And as soon as I drifted off to sleep, I had started flying. And I was flying pretty high up, touching like some of the wires and stuff like that. And, you know, just thinking about how, you know, nothing could affect me and all this other kind of stuff. But then a good friend of mine that's going through something in this reality, I was trying to catch up with him and was with him. Some kind of way we ended up in some kind of, it was like a clinical setting or whatever. And it was a whole bunch of just like demonic beings there. And I just remember just calling on your name the whole time and going through there, because even though I had to go through there and I was trying to like navigate my way out of there from the front to get out through the back, they weren't touching me or anything like that. But, you know, just the just madness. So I ended up catching with him and got out of the building. And by that time, you know, I was still, you know, calling on your name and just, you know, just saying Jesus and all kind of stuff. Just, you know, just staying focused and coming up out of there. And then as soon as I did get out of there, I did see him. And after I talked to him, I just took off flying and left that whole scenario.
Very good. Yeah, I'm glad. It's all signs to me of ascension. That you all, I'm getting calls from a lot of people that are having very spiritual experiences and OBEs, and I'm really happy about it to see that our journey here is starting, this journey of ascension is starting to come into view. All right, now who has that next spiritual experience, and what is that very first question? So we can trigger this DNA explosion again tonight.
Well, but I have a spiritual experience.
Okay.
The other day, I was in meditation, in deep meditation, and all of a sudden I came across this very, very bright violet light. It was very vibrant and very clear. And I came across these two beings, these mantis beings. One was 10.5 feet tall and one was 12 feet tall. They were giving me their length, width, height, everything about them. It was telling me their connection to humans, and also that they are with us, with this mission. Their presence was very, very strong, as if they were right next to me. Though I was in meditation and my eyes were closed, I can feel their presence very, very strong. And I also came across... Huh?
Could you describe them to us?
Yeah, they were mantis. They were like praying mantis. They were mantis beings.
Okay, very good, very good.
They were 10.5 feet tall. One was 10.5 feet. It was two of them. One was 10.5 feet tall, and another one was 12 feet tall. And they was giving me their length, their width, their height. They was telling me everything about them. They was giving me a lot of information about them and their connection to humans, and they're with this mission. They are with us. And
good.
Their presence was very, very strong, as if they were in the room with me. Their presence was very strong. And I also came in contact with the ant beings, and they were giving me their length, width, height, and were telling me everything about them and their connection to humans, and they was with us as well. And also bees, the bee beings, they also were present and were giving me their length, width, height, and their connection to humans as well. And they was very, very clear. Though I was in meditation with my eyes closed, I can see them very, very clearly. The mantis beings, though, they were their presence was very felt. And shortly after, like 2-3 days later, a praying mantis was on my windowsill for about 2 days, almost 3 days. And it was just there, just on the windowsill. But yes, that was my spiritual experience.
That's very powerful. And I would like to interject to those of you that are making ascension, that when you raise up to new heights, new dimensions, and new paradigms and realities, that you will encounter many different species of life, including insectoids. I have myself on the bureau. I was sitting next to one in the dark, my mother behind me in a medical facility, well lit, and in the shadow, I was describing the craft of Biru, how it was made out of crystal and stone and materials, but it was also a living soul. It was an sentient craft, at the same time a living being. And sitting next to me in the dark, had a long cranium and a jet black exoskeleton. He just kept nodding his head up and down in the affirmative. Yeah, like that, you know. So understand that there are beings in many shapes and forms, but what we have in common is consciousness. Regardless of the exterior suit that you have on, the DNA suit, the consciousness of existence is Fa'u, Kulum, divine love. Remember that. And intelligence comes in many shapes and forms. So keep your heart still. If you're sitting on a sham or a craft and you're sitting next to an insectoid being, be gracious and calm, and always remember that to them, you look as strange, exactly as strange to them and odd as they do to you. But know that if they're seated on the same craft, that they're at least as intelligent as you. All right, very good. Anybody else have a spiritual experience they'd like to share? Go ahead.
Rahubat, Messiah. It's Kim.
Rahubat. I'm glad to hear your vibration. Bless your soul.
I brought a brother to class. I don't know if he's here or not. His name is Chris.
Okay, good. Are you here, brother?
Hi, yes, I am here.
Okay, I'm glad to hear your vibration down in Florida. Do you have a question or a spiritual experience you'd like to share with us?
Not at the moment. Well, I guess I do have a spiritual experience. Something that happened to me. It's been years since it happened,
right.
But
these things have no expiration date.
Yeah, definitely. So I was into kind of getting into like astral projection and different things like that at one point in time, and I was meditating on the bed, and I started to feel myself it felt like I was floating, like nothing was underneath me anymore. I sat there for a while, but I kind of got afraid and snapped myself out of it.
That's what happens when you get afraid,
Yeah. So when I did feel that fear, I was kind of basically trying to bring myself back to the reality of that there was something underneath me, and I was, but as far as spiritual experiences, that was just something that I did experience, So
I know that's very exciting. That's a strong indicator that you belong in this group. So let's all welcome the brother home, family. We love you, brother. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home. Welcome,
brother.
Welcome.
I have a spiritual experience as well.
All right, go ahead, son. I'm glad to hear your vibration.
This is Brother Khalil. I'm down in Florida. So lately, what's been happening to me, and it seems like that the more that I push away from my spiritual realm, the more that it keeps coming back to me, because I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. But what happens to me between like 3 a.m. in the morning, I keep hearing this knocking that's going on. I hear these big bangs that's going on. And then I go to my door and I'm like, I'm not expecting anyone. Nobody is knocking at my door. And I'm trying to figure out.
Are you talking about your bedroom door?
Not my bedroom door, like my
house door.
My house doors. It seems like somebody is knocking at my doors, but there's nobody there. When I go and check, there's nobody there. And I want to know, like, is that because when you come down, either my body has not fully downloaded back, my soul has not fully downloaded back into my body, and I'm hearing everything outside of it, or what's actually really going on, where I'm actually hearing it.
Right there too, but what's actually, that's it. That's the state that you're in, but the truth of it is it's called, in the Quran, the calmer by night. The knocker is the Messiah Jesus. When he comes and he'll knock at your door, and I'll just tell you one of my experiences that happened to me many times. I was asleep, or thought so. It was dark, and then I get woke up because somebody's knocking clearly at my bedroom door. You follow? And I have it locked. And when I come to myself, I always ask, who is it? Who are you? If you're here for my greater good, welcome. If not, be gone in the name of Haqq, Kaloon, Most High. You follow? But I never did get up and answer the door. The knocking was so clear. But then one night, I got woke up because the knocking was so hard and desperate and urgent. And I thought to myself, I felt a little apprehension because of the severity of the knock. So I was thinking about it until I drifted back off in the slumber. And I was awakened when I felt a presence pass by my head toward the doorway. But this tripped me out. I heard the bedroom door slam so hard the room shook. You hear me? I know one thing was communicated to me very clear is that you should have came to the door to answer the door when I knock, and I'll come in and sup with you. You follow what I'm saying? But
Correct.
The thing is that we always block our transformation through fear. We tighten up because what I want you all to know, there's nothing to fear except fear itself. But just like when we were children, we were afraid of the dark. But we're not afraid of the dark. We're afraid of the unknown, family. Because in the dark, you don't know what's in there, and it's the question mark that frightens you. You follow what I'm saying? We get comforted by things we're very familiar with, you see? But things we don't understand or can't see or perceive, it frightens us. That doesn't mean that it's there to harm us or that it's negative in any way. You follow? Even though, there are negative spirits in existence, so you have to be careful what you deal with. But understand that there's some things in the scriptures sent down by the Most High through his messengers and Rasuls and prophets, etc., his angels, and he tells you that he comes as a comer by night, as a thief in the night, and when I knock at the door, whoever answers it, I'll come in and sup with him and he with me. Now, for those of you that have the courage to open the door and receive, you follow, you find yourself going down a stairway, and every time that presence comes, you go down further down the stairway, and you start unlocking doors to many mysteries, the greater mysteries. And that's the ascension process. Just a minute, I hear something else.
I want to.
Wait a minute, 1 second. I have to send the plane away. I already did. You see, I demand clearance in airspace over where we live, and I don't allow airplanes to cross over our house. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, in the darkness, like, a lot of people had to mix up, like, with the light and the darkness, because they're looking for a light being to come in, which they're supposed to be good, but you get peace in pure darkness, like, because the Saud, the all is in triple darkness.
Exactly. You see, and the truth is we should be comforted by darkness, and we are. Haven't you ever been tired and you wanted to go to sleep so that you could rest yourself, and you complain to people to turn the light out, I can't sleep? So when it's pitch dark, you reconnect with the reality of being in the womb in triple darkness, for example. You follow what I'm saying? And that's your most secure and confident state, to be in a fetal position in the womb, to be warm and safe and secure in the darkness. Do you hear me? So understand that we have to remove that fear from us, because like the other brother was saying, once you get that fear, it tightens you up. It's just like if a baby falls from a 3-story window. Many times they're not injured because they're so relaxed, they just bounce. You follow? But an adult, if they trip on the stairs, coming up 3 stairs, and they fall, they can break their neck because they get rigid and they tighten up out of fear, you understand? And when they hit the ground, they don't bounce, they break. You hear me? So learn to relax and know that you are one with all and all is one with you. All is pure divine love, and that's the only reality. Everything else is mere illusion. You follow?
Perfect.
So relax your soul and drop your guard. But if ever you feel insecure about contact from the spiritual, always ask. Remember this clearly. Always ask: if you're here for my greater, are you here for my greater good? If so, welcome. If not, go away in the name of Fa'u, Kalun, El Elo, go away. And they have to obey your command. You hear me?
Right. And also like I told my mom this recently is that I had a dream that it was a snake that was after me. And the snake actually coiled up my leg and it bit me, and I felt it.
What color was it?
I didn't feel it in the spiritual realm. I felt it in the physical realm too. The snake was an anaconda snake, but she said that it was like you have an enemy out there that's trying to destroy you. I don't know who it is, and I'm like, I don't make enemies because I don't really have many friends. So
I know that you're a loving man.
I'm like, I don't do any harm to nobody. I don't do no bad things to anybody. But, the reality of it, you don't have to do no bad to nobody for them to dislike you.
That's right, because some people can love you for who you are and hate you for what they're not. Now, I had experience surprisingly like that. I was in the spiritual realm, and it seems like I was sitting at the foot of the bed by a window that was cracked, partly open. And a black snake came in through the window and rose up in front of me, kind of like a cobra, and told me came to me very clear, I'm going to bite you. And before I could do anything, struck and bit me on my right arm. And I passed out. Then I came to, I don't know how long I was passed out, but when I did, I saw that snake neck and head cut off the body of it, and it was hanging on what looked like fishing string, suspended right in front of me. And I looked up the arm, and it looked like a big black hand was holding it up. I've had many experiences with that snake. I know one time I was in a realm, and I was laying on a mastaba, like a concrete bench or something like that, in the middle of the desert. And I was asleep, and then Panababianun, Malachi, walked up to me on my left side, and he started talking to me, and eventually I swung my legs around, and I jumped down on the sand, and we started walking together and talking like we had many times. He was on my right side. And as we got to walking, I didn't see him anymore. And so I turned around, and I was looking for him. I didn't see him. But I did see this big, giant snake coming toward me, a big, giant snake in the sand. And I was thinking, oh, no, don't do this. And it came closer, and what appeared in my hand was a weapon called a Tillim beam. It's like a laser, like you saw in Star Wars, but more powerful. And it came in my hand like a sword, and I chopped the head off that big, giant snake when it got too close, And then I saw, coming out of the neck of it, the big fat neck of it, I saw like fiber optic wires, like a cable or something, and he would just stick his neck in the sand and burl it around, raise it up, and it would get a little longer, like a reptile. You cut off his leg and a tail, it grow back, and he kept doing that over and over until the head started going all the way back. And when it grew all the way back, this thing shapeshifted into like a Tasmanian devil, and jumped up in front of my face with all his teeth, real mean, and then shot off into the desert way to the right. I just don't understand it, right? One time I was here at home, and James Brown's son, who was with us a long time, you remember Darryl Brown, he came over to stay with me, and so we were sitting on the edge of the bed. He had a commercial that James Brown had done. He wanted me to tell him what it meant. And actually it was about James Brown meeting the devil at the crossroads. And I kept trying to get around telling him because I didn't want to disappoint him. But I told him what it meant. Then I walked him through it like I did many of you all on the movie Any Given Sunday. Remember that? So I can show y'all what it actually meant. And I'll be glad to do it again to let you know that it's not just movies, but there's an underlying message in all these things. But anyway, while he was sitting next to me on my left-hand side, in my mind's eye, I could see about a 30 or 40-foot big yellow snake coming up my front stairway and coming across my lawn. You understand? And then there was another time I was asleep here all by myself, and then a yellow snake came up on the left side of my bed and was raising up on the bed, but I forgot what I did to it, but I never got hurt by that or touched by it. I only actually got bit by this one, and I actually felt it, right? And also, after I saw the head of it on the string hanging up in the air, I looked at my arm, and this being that did that had grabbed the place on my arm where the snake bit me and pulled a big plug like a mushroom out of a big funny-looking puffy piece of meat that came up that looks like, gave me the impression it was the toxic part, that the venom or whatever it was in that snake, and pulled it up off my arm like a plug, and it was just brand new again, just like it never happened. So, you know, yeah. So, I understand it. Go ahead.
I said it's so weird. I don't think I ever explained this in the class at all, period. But, you know, I will say this, for brothers and sisters that really do not understand or don't really know, the spiritual realm is very real. Because I laid down and I had a spiritual experience where I was in this house, and it was like the Matrix. And I'm like, I didn't know how I ended up in this house, but it was a lot of people that was around me, and they kept gathering around me. They was like, this is the one that know how to get us out of here. And I'm like, I don't know where y'all trying to go. I don't know where y'all trying to go. It's like, I think I went to purgatory or something like that. But it wasn't a place of hell. It was just like a place where people was lost, and they could not see their way through. And they was relying on me to give them the direction. So when I stepped outside and I looked to the left of me and I looked to the right of me, and it was like a long highway. It was nothing there outside of there. And I walked back into the house. I'm like, I don't know how to get y'all out of here. I don't know what it is. It's something that maybe it's something that I have to do, or something that I have to do to get myself together. But it was like they was relying on me, and it was just like I could feel it. I'm literally feeling every single thing that is happening. These spiritual experiences is not fake at all, period. The only thing I tell people all the time, the only difference between the spiritual realm and the physical realm is vibration. That's it. The physical realm is more physical. It's more physical than the actual physical realm is.
Yeah, the spiritual realm is less physical, exactly. Right. It is. But the thing is that the Most High, in his unconditional love for all of us, always sends us beings, hosts from himself, as his word made flesh, to dwell among men, to guide us out of the darkness back into the light. To be comforted by that. It was Joshua HaMashiach, or Jesus the Messiah, that when he told his prophets that I have many things yet to tell you, but you are not yet ready for them. So it's expedient for me that I go to a place to prepare a place for you all. And one of his closest disciples, Simon Peter, said, Master, can we go with you? And he said, no. But I will send in my stead a comforter. That was the Prophet Mustafa Muhammad Al-Amin, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He's the spirit of truth, and he will come and comfort and guide you. You understand? And that right now, today, you can go to the Holy Tablets, chapter 19, tablet 5, and see that Ahmed and Amun are the same one. Right? It's true, and it's time. It's that time again. I am the final elder, all right? Not the only, but I am the final one. So know, beloved, and hold on to the rope, and be ye not deceived. You follow me? Because there'll be many trying, that's what that snake is. He's trying to separate you and create fear in the spiritual realm to make you afraid to ascend, to trap you in solid, actual time bound so you'll be frozen in the mud of your flesh. You hear me? You got to remember that all through life since birth, we have had a lot of experiences, some of them negative. Even if it was a child watching cartoons, you see Porky Pig blow Daffy Duck's head off in reverse, etc. That was violence. And when we got to be mature adults, the vision changed to the headless horseman or something more sophisticated. But all those negative spiritual experiences are still trapped inside of us. You follow me? So we're going to have to learn how to release those. And I'm here and it's my job to remove the fears of death and etc. from you all. You have to be purified. You're going to be like ayahuasca is a drug that they take in South America, that they go in sweat lodges and shamans give you that ayahuasca, and it takes you out like being on acid or you know, and it puts you way out in the spiritual realm. But you'll notice when you're going on that journey that you have to face your fears and overcome them. Whatever they may be, it might be a giant snake, and you have to fight that and overcome it. Or in one instance, there was a big lion walking down the path, saw a big lion in front of me, a big terrible lion, bigger than most lions, and it was standing across the path, so I couldn't get by it. It was blocking my path. And I started shooting it with arrows, loading it up with arrows. And it never moved or made any sign of distress. But when I finally got to the lion, I jumped on it and attacked it. I was amazed to find that stuffing was coming out of it. It was just an illusion, just a big stuffed animal. A stuffed, you know, it wasn't even real. You follow me? And you have to know that about all your fears. You have to face them in order to resolve them. If you don't, they can plague you and hold you back.
And hold you back, right. So can I ask you this question, Brother Amun?
Yeah.
Like, when you think about the fallen angels, like, we are the fallen angels that fell from grace.
That's right.
We are like the hell that people say that, okay, we're not living in, we're actually living in that hell. It's like we have to raise our vibrations back up, back to the plane of Malakut.
That's exactly right. That's precisely what's happening. You follow me? Because Earth is a penitentiary. Earth is a penitentiary for wayward angels. They were all cast down here. You see, people that had negative thoughts in Malakut, in the realm of the angelic beings. You see, when you have negative thoughts in a place like that, you had many different varieties of angels. You had thrones and Seraphat and Garubat and, you know, agreeable, disagreeable angels, watchers. And the Creator appeared and gathered all the angels in assembly one day, come in, and he said to them, I'm about to create a man of sounding clay, of black mud, fashioned into shape. When I have made complete his form and blown into his nostrils of my breath, you will all then fall down and prostrate to that man. And all the angels in heaven bowed down and prostrated to the image of that man, except Iblis. He refused and was haughty and proud. And the Most High asked, why didn't you bow with the others when I commanded you? He said, because I am better than he is. You created him a black loam of sounding clay. You created me of a smokeless fire. I am better than he is. And the Creator said to him, surely I know best what I created. So get down out of it, hated and cursed as apes and swine, until the day of resurrection, to the appointed times of the time made known. And this disagreeable angel, and his light shifted right there when he rebelled. It shifted to red and amber. It shifted. And with that, he was cast down by he repelled himself from heaven from his own thoughts. And he was saying to the Creator, please respite me until the day of Theorage, until the time appointed, the time made known, the 6,000 years, you follow? And he said, I've always obeyed you and worshipped only you. Ever since you created me, I've never disobeyed you. But he didn't understand that when he was commanded to bow down to the man, the Creator told him, he said, when I made complete his form and blown into his nostrils of my breath, that breath came from out of the core and essence of the Creator himself. And he created a living soul. So he moved, he merely shared and became, he put a portion of himself in that man. And so he resided in a temple, which you most commonly think of as a building down the street, but it's actually the place on the side of your head next to your ears, and your eyes windows to the soul. Because the kingdom of heaven is within you, and so is God. He was in that man. And when the Most High said, okay, I grant you respite until the day that they are raised, which is happening right this second. Certainly thou wilt heal us of it. Certainly thou wilt heal us of it. But today we have removed from thee thy veil, thy sight is sharp. The devil said, well, certainly I will come upon them from their left, their right, above, beneath them, before them, and behind them. And you will not find most of them thankful, except those of the purified ones. Against them I have no authority. You follow Trump? So they work it because they know their time is up. The devil is very frightened because
is that the same thing? Like when the devil was cast out, like it was 200 angels that came down, and they had sex with the daughters of men. And so basically it's spread out, and these demigods are still around here out, and they still having sex with all these people, and they created that 144,000. So it's like on that level, a lot of them don't know that they are of the original seed.
Right.
But can't you figure it out through your bloodline, though, right?
Well, you can, except that this is a spirit. See, what happened is this: we are all spiritual entities. That's the way we are in paradise. We will in the heavens maintain the ether vapors as spiritual entities. But when we fell from grace, our vibrations slowed down, like you said, and we spiraled down from spiritual beings into physical beings and took on an earthly form of flesh. You follow me? And that flesh revealed our thoughts to us as He created the heavens and earth in truth. Are you following me? But now that's not a permanent hold on us. What that is just a lesson to us, is that our thoughts dictate our reality. Are you following me? But remember, the things you look at will never change until you change the way that you look at things.
Correct. Exactly.
Right. We have to have absolute obedience to the Most High, and not be arrogant and imagine that we can through our own machinations and our own research and intellect, we can create our own heaven. And because there's arrogance and empty pride, and we'll all fall to the wayside and be left behind and taste the touch of hell if we continue to go down that road. You follow me? Because He sent down messages to us to give us guidance. But the place that you're talking about is in the Holy Tablets. Patah, where is that at? What chapter is that in the Holy Tablets about Mount Hermon?
Chapter 11.
Okay. So we're in chapter 11, tablet 13, verse 29. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the Anunnaki Elohim, the children of Anu, Elionel, the Most High, saw and lusted after them, and said one to another, Come, let us choose wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Simjasa, who was their leader, head of the 200 fallen angelic beings that fell, said unto them, I fear ye will not have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, something Malachi always used to say, let us swear an oath and all bind ourselves by mutual precautions, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Let's do the thing then. That's what he used to say. Then they all swore together and bound themselves by mutual precautions upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended of Jared, son of Mahalalel, and Hannah, on the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual precautions upon it. And these are the names of their leaders: Shemazaz, Ramael, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barikiel, Azael, Amaros, Bariel, Ananel, Zakiel, Samsapiel, Sariel, Turel, Jumjapel, and Sariel. These are the chiefs of tens, their teams of tens. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives. and each chose for himself one, and they began to go in unto them, and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them. They taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants, and they became pregnant, and they bare great Nephilims, whose height was 3,000 eels, who consumed all the acquisitions of men, and with men could no longer sustain them. The Nephilims rose up against them, and devoured them, and they began to sin against birds and beasts, and reptiles, and fish, and to devour one another's flesh, and drink the blood. Then Tiamat, the planet Earth, laid accusation against the lawless ones, and the reptilians, evil one Azazel, also called Halil's best student, Tubal-Cain, taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, that was makeup for whores, and all kinds of costly stones, that was jewelry, and all coloring shades, eye shadow and stuff. And there arose many who did not follow Anu, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways. Shemjasa, who is also called Atum, taught enchantments and writ cutting. Amos taught the resolving of the enchantments. Bariquiel taught astrology. Kokabel taught the constellations. Ezekiel taught the knowledge of the clouds. Archiel taught the signs of Tiamat, the planet Earth. Shamsiel taught the signs of Apsu, the sun. And Sariel taught the course of Shishki, the moon. And as Adamites perished, they cried, and their cry went up to the heaven. And then Murdoch, son of Ekin, Dampeter, also known as Melchizedek, Kakael, son of Azariel, and Raphael, also known as Uriel of Ridwan, Raphael, son of Waquipael, and Piquael, and Nusku, who bore the title Gabriel, looked down from the Biru and saw much blood being shed upon the planet Earth, and all others began to being wrought upon the planet Earth. And they said one to another, the planet Earth made without inhabitant, cries the voice of their crying, up to the gates of the great city Nibiru in heaven. And now to you, the holy ones, the great city Nibiru, the souls of Adamites make their suit, saying, bring our cause before Anu, Ilionel, the Most High. And they said to Anu, the throne of thy glory standeth unto all generations of the ages, and thy name holy and glorious and blessed unto all the ages. You have made all things, and power over all things have you, and all things are naked and open in thy sight, and all things you see, and nothing can hide itself from thee. You see what the reptilian evil one of Azazel or Zuan have done, who have taught all unrighteousness on Tiamat, the planet Earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in Nibiru, which men were striving to learn. And Semjaza, to whom thou hast given authority to bear rule over his associates. Remember that. 71 is important to you. And Semjasa, to whom thou hast given authority to bear rule over his associates. So everybody that associates with Semjasa, the Most High has given Semjasa power over them to seduce them and control them and rule them, you see. 72, and they, the Elohim, have gone to the daughters upon Tiamat, the planet Earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, revealed to themselves.
Can I ask a question? I want to ask a quick question. Like, when we read chapter 11, when verse 30, when it says, and the Anunnaki Elohims, the children of Anu, El, the Most High, saw and lusted after them. Was that was it the children of Anu that lusted after the women?
Yes, because just like you that have children, you have agreeable and disagreeable children. You follow? All of these beings were inmates of heaven, the seraphim and the cherubim, which they were not evil. The cherubim were just disagreeable. The distinction being, if you have a troop of soldiers marching in cadence, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you have one soldier stepping to the right outside the ranks, and he steps back in the ranks, that's a disturbance and an annoyance. But if you have a soldier that when you march in a cadence, he turns around backwards and walks backwards and starts scattering the ranks, that's evil. You follow? You know the difference? So it's not necessarily evil to disagree, but to rebel.
I guess is it like what you perceive it as? Because there's no such thing as right or wrong. It's only what you perceive it to be.
Okay, let me say this to you. There's no right or wrong on the plank level when you're in the realm of Fa'ut Kalum. But down here on earth, solid, actual, and time-bound, Malachi told me that on the phone one time when he called me from penitentiary. He used to do it maybe 3 times a day. All the time, you know. And one time he ended one of those conversations that burned me. He said, remember, there's no such thing as right and wrong. And I thought to myself, yeah, but down here, it's not the same as when we were at home. It is right and wrong down here in the realm of opposites. Are you following me? And, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things you can think of. I had a student, he's a private investigator named Corey and Robinson. And he called me up and told me one day, he said, you and Malachi always teach there ain't no such thing as right and wrong. So if I break into somebody's house and I tie him up at gunpoint and I rape his wife in front of him and kill his children and then steal all his valuables, and as I'm going out the door, I shoot him in the face and kill him, but nobody sees me, then I did nothing wrong, right? And I just asked him a question. I said, now, let me ask you, Corey, because evil is anything that disturbs a piece of your heart, right? I said, now, if somebody broke in your house and tied you up in a chair by gunpoint and raped your wife in front of you and murdered your children in front of you and stole all your wealth and goods in front of you and then shot you in your face and killed you on the way outside the door, would that be wrong to you? I couldn't hear nothing but crickets.
Right. It'd be wrong to him, but it's not wrong to that person because
no,
it's like.
No, let me say this. It is wrong. It's just that
I mean, but how?
Let me explain to you. I want to make a distinction here for you, son. Where we come from, where angelic beings come from, we're not ruled by laws. We're ruled by legacy. You hear me? It's a different system. But down here, you're ruled by laws. And I'll give you an example of that in just a minute. But right now, I want y'all to go to the same chapter. Just move up to tablet 30 of chapter 11. So I'll show you what time we're in I'll show you what time we're in right now. It's called the glorification of Michael. And if you think Michael is a physical man, you'd be confused. He's a spiritual angelic being that the Most High sends down and placed in the heart of certain men at specific times to deliver his light messages to the world. But he's not the man that he goes into, okay? Michael or Melchizedek. Melchizedek is a title that can be bestowed upon any man, but Michael is the angel himself. So are you there? Tablet 30, chapter 11. That's to be page 976.
A glorification
of Michael. Page 976. The glorification of Michael. You all ready?
Yes. Ready.
All right. Lo, pay attention now. Lo, O Zachar, cursed be him, Halal, in the very hour the Anunnaki returned to the throne. That's right now. For when this hour of creation had ended, the Anunnaki ascended the throne, and the Arch-Anunnaki went and stood beside him, in a crescent in front of the throne. 7 in number: Michael, son of Enki and Damkina; Gabriel, son of Raphael and Samael; Raphael, son of Aquipael and Piquael; Israel, Anu and Id; Uziel, Uriel, son of Zariel, and Mathiel, the 7 Anunnaki. Michael sat at the feet of Elion, and the splendor of his glory fell upon him. Perfection and purity, wisdom and love, the like of which only Elion has. Elion said, in thy name, O Michael, do I now find the session of the kingdom Malakut shall it be, the realm between me and Zachar. As long as male and female living beings shall bring forth heirs unto me, this kingdom shall not cease to glorify thee. 10 is the most powerful verse. Let the leader, Ahmed, son of Abdullah, approach the throne. Then the end is near. Are you following me? The Anunnaki now all sang in the name of Elion. They gave thanks. And when they were ordered, the music ceased, and Elion said, 7 great divisions of the planet Earth there are, and I have ordered thee, ye 7 masters, according to the number of inhabitants of earth, and the divisions, 7 kinds of beings, whose duty shall be between ye and me, and many newsbearers shall come from thee. All right? Now to give you some more light about that, let's go to chapter 6.
Chapter 6 of chapter 11, or?
No, chapter 6, not tablet. We're going to chapter 6.
Oh.
Now, Ptah, can you tell me where we're going in chapter 6? Destroy of Melchizedek.
I think tablet 4.
Yeah, chapter 6, tablet 4. Wait a minute. Yes. You see, Melchizedek is the title that can be acquired by a man chosen by the Most High to be the shell or the body that houses the spirit of the angel Michael who lives in heaven. And when the Most High sends him down to occupy that man, he becomes the great priest. You follow me? Then I want to take you all to chapter 8, tablet 11 after this. Okay, verse 167, are you there? Page 473. So, Harry,
in my tablet,
if you're looking for chapter 6. Yeah,
there.
524 in your book, Harry. Page 524. Verse 167. 473 in the softback. 167. And behold, Melchizedek will be the head of the 24 elders who existed before. Now, 168, listen very carefully. And afterward, in the last generation, that's him, there will be another Melchizedek. That's Panabab Yanun. He's the first of 12 elders. He's the first of the 12 elders, Yanun. And the last will be head of all, a great archpriest, the word and power of Anu, who will perform miracles greater and more glorious than all the previous ones. Are you following me? I'm the last.
True.
I'm the last of the elders. Malachi is the first. But as you read on, you see, he, Melchizedek, will be priest and king in a place Akusan, also called Agartha and Shambhala. That is to say, in the center of the earth where Zach's birth plan was created. And there will be his final grave. And in connection with the archpriest, that's me, it is written how he also will be buried there, where the center of the earth is, just as Zachar also buried his own son there, Abel, whom his brother Cain murdered. For he lay for 3 years unburied until he saw a bird called the jackdaw, how it buried its own young. I know that great confusion has come, and in confusion this generation will come to an end, and everyone will perish except that Utnapishtim, my brother, will be preserved, Noah. And afterward there will be a planting from his tribe, and there will be another people, and there will be another Melchizedek, the head of priests, reigning over the people, and performing the liturgy for Elion who is Anu, the Almighty Creator. And when the child had been 40 days in near his tent, Elion who is Anu, the Almighty Creator said to Michael, let me go over here. I just want to find my place where I'm taking you next. Okay, just a minute. I want to mark my place while I got it in my mind. Chapter. Just stay where you at. No, I want you stay where you at.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Okay, I got it. Okay, go ahead.
My question is,
I might be occupying the answer when I read on, but go ahead.
No, my question is like, far as us being like spiritual beings, like, you know, we supposed to be guided to, like, you know, to find the Most High is within us. It's not outside of us.
Exactly.
So it's like we have to pull the energy outside of us instead of us like worshiping, like, because a lot of people is like worshiping, you know, Dr. Malachi New York, and he always told me, he said, I'm not your God. He said, I'm not your.
He's a master teacher.
He's a master teacher. And that's the thing, and that's what should be happening.
For people that's listening, he said repeatedly, the masters guide my pen. And they keep saying he's writing books. They keep saying he's writing all.
We are the
listen. He didn't write the holy tablets. It came through him. It was revealed through him. Like the scriptures were revealed.
It didn't come from him. It came through him.
This information that you hearing is coming through me. It ain't coming from me. I speak his words and he speaks my words. It comes through me. All right, 177. And when the child had been 40 days in nearest tent, now see, I got to take you someplace else. Now, in order to explain that to you. Okay. Who is Anu, the Almighty Creator, said to Michael, listen good, go down unto earth to near the Zodok priest, and take my child, Melchizedek. Did you see they're not the same one? The Creator said to Michael, go down unto earth to near the Zodok priest, and take my child, Melchizedek, who is with him, and place him in the paradise of Eden for preservation, for the time is approaching, and I will pour out all the water upon the earth, and everything that is on the earth will perish. Michael hurried, and he came down when it was shadow hour, and they were sleeping on his bed. And Michael appeared to him and said unto him, thus says Elion, who is Anu, the Almighty Creator, near send the child, Melchizedek, right, to me, whom I entrusted to you. And Near did not realize who was speaking to him, and in his heart was confused. And he said, when the people find out about the child, they will seize him and kill him, because the heart of these people is deceitful in front of the face of Elion, who is Anu, the Almighty Creator. Near said to the one who was speaking, the child is not with me. I don't know who you are. And he who was speaking to him answered, don't be frightened, Near. I am one of the Elohim. Listen carefully. I shall seat myself firmly in the heart of this child, okay? And who has sent me, and behold, I shall take the child today, and I will go with him, and I will place him in the paradise Eden. There he will be forever. And when the 12th generation shall come into being, and together will be 1,070 years, and there will be born in that generation a righteous man. That was me. And Elion, who is Anu, the Almighty Creator, will tell him that he should go out to that mountain where stands the ark of Nephilim, Noah, your brother. That is the land called Turkey. And he will find there another Melchizedek, who has been living there as a Muslim for 7 years, hiding himself from those people who sacrifice to idols in the name of Tawheed, that means oneness, so that they may not kill him. Ahmed will bring him out, and he will be the first priest and king in the city Salem, in the style of this Melchizedek, the originator of the priest, and they shall call him Al-Kedar. You follow me? The years will be completed up to that time, 3,432 from the beginning and creation of the albino Adam, right? That was 6,000 years ago. And from that Melchizedek, the priest will be 12 in number, until the great one, that's me right there, that is to say the leader, will bring out everything, visible and invisible. Now you see, I just took you. Wait a minute. I just showed you that let the leader approach the throne. Let Ahmed, the leader, approach the throne. Then the end is near. Do you understand?
Right. So let me ask you this question. So when you look at like
I'm just talking to you, Kello. I love you. Let me read 19. And from that Melchizedek, the priests will be 12 in number, until the great one, that is to say, the leader. And I showed you who the leader was already. Let the leader, Ahmed, approach the throne. Then the end is near. Okay? And from that Melchizedek, the priests will be 12 in number, until the great one, that is to say, the leader, the last elder, right, will bring out everything visible and invisible. Now, what's your question, son?
My question is, like, when you look at the Sabaean nation, how they're saying that the master teacher is, like, behind bars, they are looking at the physical being and not looking at the spiritual.
You can't lock up Angel Michael. No, you can't lock up Michael.
Right.
Michael and Malachi they're not the same one. Malachi York is the body that we can sing together, son. Malachi Z. York is the physical body the Most High is using or did use to send down the angel Michael to place in the seat of the heart of Malachi Z. York to deliver his light messages to the world. Now, whatever Malachi Z. York was doing when Michael wasn't present is what a man was doing. Understand?
Okay, and that's what I'm trying to figure that out too.
I'm gonna show you, son. I'm walking with you. Have patience with me. I'm gonna reveal things to you. All right. And from that Melchizedek, the priests will be 12 in number, until the great one, that is to say, the leader, will bring out everything visible and invisible. And they overstood the first dream and believed it. And having answered Michael, he said, "Blessed be Elion, who is Anu, the Almighty Creator, who has glorified you today for me. And now bless your servant near, for we are coming close to departure from this world. And take the child, and do to him just as Anu said to you." And Michael took the child on the same shadow hour on which he had come down. And he took him on his wings and placed him in the paradise of Elion. And there got up in the daylight hours, and he went into his tent, and he did not find the child. And there was instead of you very great grief, because he had no other son except this one. Thus near ended his life. And after him there was no priest among the people. And from that time great confusion arose on the earth, and Elion, who was Anu, the Almighty Creator, called him to fish him on the Mount Ararat, between Assyria and Armenia, in the land of Arabia, beside the ocean. He said to him, "Make there an ark with 300 lackets in length, and in width 50 lackets, and in height 30, and 2 stories in the middle, and its door of 1 lacket, and of their lackets 300, but ours also 15,000, and so of theirs 50, but of ours 900, and of theirs 30 lackets, but of ours 50. He's giving them directions for the ark. In agreement with the numeral, the Israelites keep measurements of Uthaphism's ark, just as Anu said to him. And they carry out all their measurements in the same way, and all their regulations, even up to the present. Yet, and the real Jews, they separated themselves. It was there were a remnant of 7,000 Jews who migrated to ancient Abyssinia, which is modern-day Ethiopia. They became the modern-day Colossians, and they still have the Ark of the Covenant in Africa, and they're jet black. Those white Jews over there making all that hell, the Bible tells you there are those of you that say you are Jews, but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Understand that. All right, now 2:10, and they carry out all their measurements in the same way and all their regulations, even up to the present. Anu, who is Allah, the Almighty Creator, opened the doors of the heavens. Now listen carefully how the Most High is working. Rain came into the earth for 150 days, and the earth also did burst asunder, spitting forth much water, and all flesh died. And Uthaphism, that's Noah, was in the year 500. He fathered triplets, that is, 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth by Naamah. And 1 year before that, Rhea was born to Wala. And after the deluge, did Melchizedek come to earth again, talking about the angel Michael. And he headed the priesthood, in a physical man's body to initiate Abraham into the ancient mystical order of Melchizedek. And he didn't die. Just like Ahmed, he departed. And again he returned for the initiations of Moshe and his brother Aaron. He came back years later to initiate Moses and Aaron. And then he departed. Then again he came back for Yahshua or Jesus. And he departed. And he came back. Then again he came back for Ahmed. That's Mustafa Muhammad Al-Amin. Then again he came back for Al-Mahdi. And you see, Muhammad, he was Ahmed and breath Muhammad and Prophet and Mahmoud in. But I'm telling you that the first time he came back after Yahshua, he came again for Ahmed. That's Mustafa Muhammad Al-Amin that wrote the Quran. And then he came back 19 generations for Al-Mahdi. That was Ahmed. Finally, in the last day, he shall incarnate to seal up the lives and reveal all facts. Are you following me? Now, I want to take y'all next to answer your next question. Go to page 728, Khalil. Everybody was going to 728. We're going to chapter 8, tablet 11. Chapter 8, tablet 11. All right, now, you got to listen good. Tablet 11. The parables which Melchizedek, spoke with me before Melchizedek was myself Malachi. See, they're two different beings. The parables which Melchizedek spoke with me before Melchizedek was myself Malachi. In other words, before he was seated in his heart. Lo, Melchizedek said to Malachi, Michael said to Malachi, you know that you, as the servant of Elion El, are in a strange country, for your city is far from this city, and your world is far from this world. For your city in risk is called Salem. There you are king, but your city in Tiamat you must establish Salem. There you will be their servant. If then you know your city in which you are going to dwell, why do you here prepare lands and costly establishments and buildings and vain dwellings? He therefore who prepares these things for this city is not able to return to his own city. O foolish and double-hearted and rich man, do you not understand that all these things are foreign to you and are under the power of another? For the Adonai of this city will say, I do not wish you to dwell in my city. Why? Because you do not use my law. So which law was he breaking? If then you have fields and dwellings and many other possessions, not if, but when you were cast out by him, what would you do with your land and house and all the other things which you have prepared for yourself? And this is important, the word justly. For the Adonai of this country justly says to you, either use my law or go from my country. What then are you going to do, seeing that you have a law in your own city? There's right and wrong here, son. Will you, because of your fields and other possessions, altogether deny your law? That's not legacy, it's law here. And walk the law of this city? Take heed that it be not unprofitable you deny your law. For if you wish to return back to your city, you will not be received, because you have denied the law of your city. And you will not be received, because you will be excluded from it. Take heed to make no further preparation for yourself beyond a sufficient competence for yourself, as though you were living in a foreign country. And be ready in order that whenever the master of this city wishes to expel you for resisting his law, you may go out from his city and depart to your own law, suffering no harm. Take heed then, you who serve not Malachi or Ahmed. Take heed then, you who serve the Yahoo of the Elohims, and keep Yahoo of the Elohim in your heart, and do the deeds of Elion El, remembering his commands, and the promise which Yahoo of the Elohims made, and that faith in him, that Elion El will perform them, if his commandments be observed. Therefore, instead of lands, purchase afflicted souls, as each is able, and look after widows and orphans, and do not despise them, and spend your wealth in all your establishments, for such fields and houses as you have received from the Most High. For this reason did the Master make you rich, that you should fulfill these ministries for him. It is far better to purchase such lands and houses as you will find in your own city, when you go to it. This wealth is beautiful and joyful, and has neither grief nor fear, but has joy. Follow therefore not after the wealth of the heathen, for it is unprofitable to you who are the servants of Elion. Listen to me, he talking to people. Follow your own wealth in which you can rejoice, and do not counterfeit, nor touch that which is another's, nor desire it, for it is wicked to desire that which is another's. But do your own work, and you shall be saved. Now listen, don't get confused about it. He said, find your way to your land with Malachi, right? That's Kodesh. Find your way to your land with Malachi. Find your way to that most holy place, Kodesh, for there I will meet you. Not now, for there I will meet you.
Your most holy place should be your heart.
Say it again.
Your most holy place should be your heart.
Yes, right, but he tells you where you can meet him, where you can meet, find your way to the land, Amun-Rayay,
right,
and
but
there he will meet you.
It's not nothing tangible, because whenever we cross over, you're going to be asked, what do you offer?
And
what do you
let
offer?
me say this to you. You have a lot of different ideas, and I understand that. But let me tell you something. I'm telling you what's really happening here. You follow me? I'm not contradicting you. I'm just telling you what's really happening. If you keep putting a different spin on it in your own interpretation, you're not receiving it. Okay, now go to page 1251. Go to chapter 13, tablet 16. Chapter 13, tablet 16. That's page 1251 in the softback. Now, Madudi, what page is it? Madudi, what page?
I'm just asking a question, because
I know exactly what you're doing, son. But if you stop, let me flow, and your answers will be revealed. Okay? Trust me.
Okay.
Okay. Chapter 13, tablet 16. Let me know when you all are there.
There.
All right. That's chapter 13, tablet 16, verse 248. And listen good. As for those who conceal what they know to be true, and idol worshippers, could not have freed themselves from falsehood until the clear evidence came to them. He, Ahmed, was once sent from Elion as an apostle, reciting the purified pages, the holy tablet, in caps and underline, not a typo. Now, what the significance of that is that Ahmed before, in the past, came with the rat kid over 100 years ago. But Elion sent me, Ahmed, reciting the purified pages, the holy tablets. The holy tablets were revealed in 1997. So that Ahmed is on the phone with you right now. You understand, son?
Right. Correct.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't deny that at all.
I know. Start moving this one. He, Ahmed, was once sent from Elion as an apostle, reciting the purified pages, the holy tablet. In it are straight inscriptions. And for those who were given the scripture, that's you all, didn't become divided until after the clear evidence came to them. They were only ordered to sincerely serve only Elion with total devotion, and they were commanded to offer worship and to give charity. And this way of life is the straight way. Surely those who conceal what they know to be true from the family of the scripture and the idol worshippers shall eternally be in the fire of purgatory. These are the most wicked of creatures. Verily, as for those who are faithful and work to perfect their being, these are the very best of creatures. Their wrath will have their reward, the gardens of paradise, eaten beneath which rivers flow. They will be in it eternally. Healing others pleased with them, and they are pleased with him. This is for who shall address his wrath, the Most High. All right? Now that should be clear enough, right? Who I am and why I'm here, and who sent me. Understand? I can show you a lot clearer through chapter 6, but we'll be spending our whole time in this book. But I can take you to chapter 6 again and show you I'm the three Mims, Haqq and Breath, Muhammad and Prophet and Mahmud in the end. I am Al-Hayyu. Yes, the life giver. I'm his word made flesh to dwell among men. I'm the final Messiah, the final elder, don't you see?
It's 10:30, Amun.
Okay, I love you all. Now it's time for everybody that's seriously with us to step outside and perform another miracle. I can show you right here in this chapter where it says that I will, or we will, complete our mission successfully. Malachi had a mission, and I have a mission as well, the final mission. Elijah Muhammad had a mission. Moses had a mission. They all had a mission. A time and a season. Now, anybody that rebels against that, rebelling against that is the source of your pain, it's the cause of your error. So work with us and walk with us. By the way, I have packages for you people. I'm looking at them now. And I try to call, a lot of you have received your packages already. And I know that Amanda's one of them. I know that she received a package, even though she's not here right now. A T-fit. But I see things, and I hear things in the spirit. And I know what you think I know not. Right? So understand that the ways of the Most High, his eyes, even though you can't see him, really he doth see you at all times. Be careful, beloved, be careful. All right? Who's going to perform that first miracle? Khalil, what do you see over your head?
I'm sorry, I think the new brother want to move a star.
Say it again.
The new brother, Chris, wanted to move a star.
Okay, Chris, what do you see over your head in Florida? You see a star over the top of your head?
I do see a star. I see 1, 2, 3. I see.
Okay, wait, slow down.
But
Slow
one
down,
is shining brighter. Oh, sorry.
That's the one I want you to focus on. Now, in the name of Amun, listen, son. Say in the name of Amun, move to the left. Say that.
In the name of Amun, move to the left.
You see? Now in the name of Amun, move. That's right. Now in the name of Amun, move back to the right.
In the name of Amun, move back to the right.
In the name of Amun, raise up.
In the name of Amun, raise up.
Now, in the name of Amun, drop down.
In the name of Amun, drop down.
You see? Now, say in the name of Amun, go in a clockwise circle.
In the name of Amun, go in what kind of a circle?
Clockwise.
In the name of Amun, go in the clockwise circle.
This time when you see it happening, tell the people what you see.
It looks like it's getting closer to me. And it's shining brighter. Like I could see
Wait a minute. Slow down, son. It's moving in a circle, too. Look at it.
Yeah.
You see it's moving in a circle?
Yeah, I
Clockwise.
do see that.
That's what I wanted you to just say what you saw. That's all. All right, now you wanted to come closer? Mute your phone. Now, say come closer in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Come closer in the name of Amun.
You see? Now, go back out in the name of Amun.
Go back up in the name of Amun.
You see? And understand something clear. Everybody here, all of you that are here with us tonight and on this journey, you have been chosen as the elite few to be among the elite few purifiable souls. Not saying you're pure, but you are purifiable souls. You've been chosen to be among the elite. And nobody can break that except you. So be careful. And always remember to look and listen twice as much as you speak. Look and listen. He gave you 2 eyes and 2 ears and just 1 mouth. Look and listen twice as much as you speak. And know I love you all. Now who's going to be the next one to perform a miracle?
I want to try before the clouds overtake the star.
I can barely hear you, sister. Where you going to move?
A star quickly before the clouds overtake it.
Okay, go ahead. Which way you going to move it, now?
In the name of Amun, move up.
It's wobbling, but it's going up.
Can't see it anymore. The sky is quite cloudy, so I said out me.
Okay, which way now? Put your mouth on the phone. What are you going to do with it now?
In the name of Amun-Rayay, drop down.
Just hear it again.
I have to let somebody else go. The sky is too cloudy.
All right. Khalil, what you got in Florida? Madudi, what do you see in Florida?
Well, it's partly cloudy where I'm at, but I do see some stars. In fact, the first brother, I seen the star that he was moving.
Okay.
And,
well, you just, we don't listen to me. I promise you, next time that you would move the whole creation. Now you're gonna move all the stars in the heavens. Just move them to the left in the name of Amun.
In the name of Amun, all the stars move to the left.
On left.
Okay. Which way you gonna move now, Madudi? The whole creation, you're moving that.
Okay. In the name of Amun, all the stars move in a clockwise motion. Okay. Now, go counterclockwise.
Oh, wow. You're going back into the past now.
Yes.
That's what you want? See, I'm going to tell you, I tell you all to go clockwise because you're moving in the future. That's what making the dimensional shift is. I'm trying to get you all to make it into the future. But if you want to go back in the past,
Okay.
I'll move it clockwise. You see what I mean, Madudi?
Okay. Stop.
It's the reason for it.
In the name of Amun, stop and move.
Raise up.
Clockwise.
All creation raise up. All creation raise up.
Going up.
I love you. Now all creation drop down. All creation moving in clockwise in the name of Amun-Rayay. The real Messiah.
All creation going clockwise.
I love you. Cheryl, are you here from London? All right, who's going to move something next? All right.
I'll move a star.
Good. In Florida, is you Kim Kim? Or is it you, Jared, in Texas?
It's Kim Kim.
Okay. What are you going to move?
The star.
Okay. I see it. What are you going to do with it?
In the name of Amun-Rayay, the one and only true Messiah, star, move up.
It's wobbling. What's going on up? It's wobbling too.
In the name of Amun-Rayay, the Messiah, star, drop down. It's dropping down. In the name of Amun-Rayay, Messiah, star, move clockwise. It's going clockwise.
Yeah.
In the name of Amun-Rayay, the Messiah, all creation, go up. The all creation going up. Thanks, Messiah.
I love you. I want you all to know, when we do things in the name of Amun, when I give all of you your name, it always says Amun in it. You follow? So we don't think of it as there is no big or small in the eye of all. You follow? We are all one. So that when you move things or perform miracles, you do it in the name of Amun, knowing that your name too is Amun. You understand the method to the madness? No central figure is charismatic. There is no big or small in the eye of all. We are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. If you drop that madness and snap to it right quick, you hear me? Because if you're outside that gate, count them not. You will be left behind. And that's not what I'm here working for. Post up these classes and this information. When you get a post it up to millions of people in the world, in Twitter, Facebook, mass email, on YouTube, all over the world. Post it up and spread this message. That is your responsibility. And I want to give praises to Anukas, Amun, here with me, because she didn't know at her age how to post up on Facebook. But she learned, and she went through all the trouble and time to learn, and she posted up to millions of people. Post today. Anukas, bless your soul, and your good deeds do follow you. You hear me? I love you. That's what your job is. Mine is to bring it to you, and yours is to bring it to the world. Don't forget your packages are here. You understand? You're supposed to be giving charity, but at least get these packages, because the packages I made for you are worth more than I'm asking in return for the contents and the work. But don't play with it. Don't play with it. I love you all, and I mean that unconditionally. But I come to you with a straight message from the Most High. I can show you this one more last thing in the Holy Tablets. Go to chapter 6.
Okay, and after that, I got a few questions, if it's okay.
No, it's okay. You can ask me your questions now.
Okay, I had a question. I had a friend that had died of cancer a few years ago. And the last time I had seen her, I noticed like a glow around her. And I wanted you to see if you could collaborate more on that.
All right. When people are terminally ill, you might go to visit them and they look real bad, real weak and like they're out of it. Then you go back a couple of days later and all of a sudden they all lit up with light and bright and shining and talking and happy. What then happened is that the angelic host, the angelic beings, are in their presence. And that's stimulating the light inside of them. And those angelic beings are there to take them home. Do you understand? And then you go home, and when you get there, you get a call the next morning that they done passed away in the night. You understand that? But I know that you all, remember this, those of you that are going to make it to paradise, listen to me good. Your faces will shine bright, light. And I don't care if you're black or red. Your faces, y'all know what I'm talking about. There'll be a light emanating from your faces. Your faces will be light, pure light. And those being left behind, your faces will be dark and gloomy. You understand me? Your faces will shine bright. Make sure you're paying attention. All right. Now, you all know that I showed you in chapter 6, tablet 10, reading the mortals, that Mahmud is Malachi's spiritual guide. And he called his name Mahmud because he's the last of the final three Mims, Amun in birth, Muhammad in prophecy, and Mahmud in the end. That's me again. Right? And it's not important that that's who I am, but it's important that you know who I am. Don't wrestle with me. I was sent to you to guide your way from out of the darkness into the light. If you be so busy knowing more than me, there's nothing I can do to help you. But understand, beloved, nobody knows more about creation than the creator of it. Get that in your mind. Let it settle in your heart. Okay, page 576. Chapter 6. Tablet 14. We're going to go to verse 144. 576 in the Holy Tablets. Are you all there?
And what verse was that, Amun?
144. Chapter 6, tablet 14, verse 144. Like 144,000. Page 625, Hotep, in the hardback. Okay. 144. Khalil, are you there? Okay. Verse 144. Then Ahmed said, he talking to Gabriel now, I have never seen you before, nor heard your many names. I have not seen you at all. Gabriel said, Allah the Most High told me to say this to you. Did he? Have you seen Allah the Most High asked Ahmed. No, I have not seen Allah the Most High. How can you tell me what Allah the Most High has said? How can I accept it? I have not seen you before, and I didn't accept the words that you bring now. I would not accept the words of one who has not seen Allah the Most High. and I have never seen you. If Gabriel only knew, he was talking to him. Gabriel was shocked. You have not seen me earlier, but I have brought you so much. Now I have not seen you, but I am Gabriel. I have not seen you. I do not accept you. You have not seen Allah the Most High. So how can you know Allah the Most High's words? How can I accept what you say? Gabriel went back and complained before the throne of Allah the Most High with tears. Amun said he has not seen me before, but using the I principle, not we. I brought him the signs, the seal, but he did not accept it. He asked me if I had seen Allah the Most High, and I said that I had not seen you. He said that if I have never seen you before, that he could not accept the word of one who had not seen Allah the Most High. Gabriel then asked, O Allah the Most High, Ya Rabbi, O Sustainer, what shall I do at this point? Allah the Most High said, Really, look at the wall of the soul. Then the wall of the soul opened 1,000 veils, and an indescribable veil was there. Its description has no limit. All the divine rays radiated from the veil, and the second veil was behind it. Green lights were illuminating and radiating from it. None of the rays of this green light could describe the powerful light of each piercing ray penetrated from this world to the world of the souls. Then the third veil opened. It was an emerald green with pulsating light beams spreading coolness everywhere. Then the fourth veil opened, and the brilliance was there. It is impossible to speak about the light, for from it came a vibration, a sound. The Om sound came from the light, the Ayin principle. So go say this, go tell Ahmed, that was the sound light. When Gabriel looked, he could faintly make out an image emanating from the light. Gabriel asked, while he was looking at the Most High, he asked, who are you? Al-Hayu, he said. Ya Al-Hayu are wonderful words. Ya is praise, and Hayu is life. Al-Qidar, they are secret words. Among some of the words, they are secret, said the voice. Then Allah the Most High asked, did you see what that was, Gabriel? Did you see who it is? Did you see who it is? I am the light. The light I am. I am who I am, Yahuwah. They are not two, but one. This form is the Da'at, the grace, Naima. It is within me, and I am within it. It is the completeness which is illuminating the sounds. I do not speak, it speaks. I exist within it, and it exists within it, as it exists within me. I speak my words, and I speak its words. I explain things to my creation through this light. The one who is there and the one who is here are one. Looking deep into this light, you see three mems. You follow me? This is the reason I have made you to carry the revelations as a witness, but I don't give form to what is formless. In other words, the Creator ain't gonna come down into a flesh body, right? He put his words into flesh. I don't give form to what is formless. I created you to speak as a witness to provide proof. But what did you say when you left this last time? When you were going, Gabriel, you said, I myself taught the 124,000 news bearers, 315 apostles. If you understood where the revelations came from, who it came from, why it was going, where it was going, if you understood who was the one speaking, you could have understood Elsevier, patience. You see, but they want to, just let me explain it. Let me explain things to you. You follow what I'm saying? Don't be so headstrong, thinking inside your heart, I'm going to let my own spirit guide me. Stop that. That's how you got here. In the condition you're in right now today. You need divine guidance. If you can't accept that fact, you're going to be lost. I love you all. Get your packages. Promote this truth. Post it up all over the world. I love you all with all my heart, unconditionally. But we have a job to do for those of you that are true enough and strong enough to propagate the truth. One love. Need care authority. Amun-Rayay Asa. Messiah.